Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Kelazhur and viOLet on Apotheosis, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player, it is viOLet. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player, it is Kelazhur. Alright, so this is a rematch between these two players we saw from their series from Dreamhack Open Montreal. I'm not sure what round they played in. I think it was the round of 32. Maybe 16? I don't know. Either way, viOLet here is a very excellent Zerg player who has struggled mightily against Terran in the last 3 games I've cast of his. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you go back and search viOLet on my channel, the most 3 recent ones of his, you can check them out and watch them and see what I'm talking about specifically because, dang, struggle. But we'll see how it works here against Kelazhur, who is our Brazilian Terran player off of Root Gaming. Looks all the world like it's going to be a Reaper expand. That gas income will start very shortly. Immediately throws 3 SCVs onto that refinery as per usual. And let's go ahead and take a look. We're getting through our Reaper list, you guys. Thanks for holding off on Reaper names. I really appreciate it. It's helped me get through at least some of this list. I just want everybody to be heard, you know? And I mean, it doesn't help me choose your name if you have a story, but if you have a story, it's entertaining as heck. So here it is. This Reaper's name is Adrian Mensk. When he became Emperor, Arcturus got drunk and met this strange girl at a bar. He made her a baby Adrian. She did not tell him and left her remote planet where she raised Adrian. When his mother got killed at age 22, Adrian... Wait. At Adrian... I don't think this is English as a first language, but that's okay. I'm going to figure it out. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to follow the Reaper while we do this. There we go. Did not tell him and left to the remote planet where she raised Adrian. When his mother got killed by the Zerg when Adrian was 22, he went off to search for Arcturus and claim his birthright. But Arcturus, scared of what the public would say on his bastard son, called him a fraud and sent him away. Adrian did a DNA test which proved he is Arcturus' son, and when he wanted to expose this fact to the public, he got arrested for public disturbance. Then he got brainwashed, and to be sure, he got signed to the Reaper squad. Ta-da! Alright, that's a good one. That's a good backstory. So tragic backstory, just wants to claim his birthright. Also wants to get revenge on the Zerg. This makes a lot of sense. Is he going to get 2 kills? 2 kills on Reaper Adrian Mensk. Almost dead, but does manage to escape with his life. Good opening. Good opening so far, but there are some lings coming up. That's an Overlord. These are lings to do some harassment on this natural base out of Kelazhur. What you got, man? What's here to defend? Is Adrian going to be called home to defend his homeland and his base? He might have to. 2 Marines. I'm not sure if it's enough against 4 Zerglings. Even if they are slowlings, they can hit pretty hard still. And you know what? viOLet decides to retreat there. So Adrian is not required to come home. The lings have left. And here we go. Reaper trying to sneak on in. Can he do this thing? Adrian, get it. Get the creep tumor. Almost gets the creep tumor. Can't quite get it. Good effort, though. Good effort by Adrian, indeed. 4 Marines now. Enough to defend against 4 lings. 5 Marines. 6, 7. Marine production continuing for Kelazhur. 3rd base taken by viOLet here at the gold base. And Speedlings now heading on up to join their Speedling brethren. Just to right of the natural Kelazhur. He might be able to do some damage with these lings. How many does he have? It's got 14. It's got 14 of them. A 2-for-1 ratio is pretty good against Marines. If that's all that they have, they don't have combat shield, they don't have stim, they don't have medevac support. This could go well for viOLet if he decides to move in, and he does. He decides to move in with the lings, the Speedlings coming right on in, and no, he's afraid. He's afraid. He does actually take down a supply depot. I think Kelazhur canceled that. We did see the refund animation there. And replanting or reconstructing the supply depot to make the great supply depot wall of Apotheosis to hold off on these super annoying ling attacks. So at this point, Kelazhur is kind of pinned inside his base. I'm sure he'd like to make a drop, but he knows there are lings just outside here that would come in and wreck his stuff if he did. Actually, yeah, he's got medevac coming. He might go anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna tell him he can't. But once this wall is complete, he'll feel a lot more secure. A fewer number of Marines can hold this. Once there are supply depots here. Is he not dropping? Oh, he wants to take out that Overlord. Fair enough. Taking down viOLet's scouting Overlord is an admirable goal. And here we go. Kelazhur heading south with 2 medevacs almost full of Marines. There's 1 slot that is empty. Somebody did not get the memo. It was probably late because they were shaving or something. 18 Lings under construction for viOLet. He's got a Spore Crawler coming up as well. Did the Lings... How did... Hold up. Was there a hole? Oh, the supply depots were down. Oh, nope, there's a hole there. Never mind. All right, so the Lings do get inside as soon as Kelazhur leaves. Oh, no. Oh, no. A lot of dead SCVs here. Just getting absolutely massacred by these Lings. Fight. Fight for justice. Fight for your lives, SCVs. You have to take these guys out, and they do, but only after 12 of their brethren are dead. It's 45 to 29 total harvesters. Kelazhur needs to get revenge. He needs to avenge the deaths of his SCV brethren. Did our Reaper die? He did die. Oh, bummer. Oops, accidentally loading some of the Marines on the low ground and then replanting on the high ground, but it's on creep. Not for long, though, as creep tumors are going to die. Lings popping right on in here. No upgrades on these guys, but I think there are enough, and there are, to make that thing work. So, holy queen. We've seen this a lot from Zergs lately. It's just defend with Lings and Queens, get your upgrades, get to Ultras, and then see what you can do. I mean, that's the strategy I think that viOLet is going for right now. Kelazhur, on the other hand, is working on his 3rd base. He's getting tanks. I love this. We don't see enough tank in ZVT, in my professional opinion. So one of my casts last week, somebody was like, has anybody started a, in my personal opinion, drinking game yet? I do say that. I do say that a lot, but not enough so you'd get alcohol poisoning if you actually played that game. I don't think so. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. Another attempt here by the Marines to just attack creep spread, but viOLet with the Lings. They don't even have +1/+1 yet, but there are enough of them to be scary. They're going to race these medevacs home, possibly. See what damage they can do, and yeah, Kelazhur stimming to get back home. Worried about another Ling run by wrecking his natural base. 47 to 42 total harvesters. viOLet is now taking a 4th base here as well, and I mean, yeah, viOLet's pushing up. He might, I think he's going to check for a 4th, or a 3rd rather, a 3rd here, not here. So he knows there's not a 3rd yet, which he's got to feel pretty good about considering he is working on his 4th base at this point. Tanks need to get into siege mode there, and they do. It's enough to chase the Lings away. You just hear the siege mode, and you flee for your life. See how this Zergling is alive? That's because he has +1 Carapace. I know I say this a lot, but +1 Carapace for Roaches and Lings is super useful if your opponent has tanks. It allows them to survive 1 more hit than they normally would, and that can come in super handy. Kelazhur, Marine, hit squad, killing creep tumors, heading on south to this 3rd base. Gets there, and Lings show up. 100 gajillion Queens show up. Those medevacs need to go, and they do. Pick up and a boost out. Kelazhur does not want to lose those medevacs at all. Overlord scouting this natural base by Kelazhur, seeing exactly what we're dealing with. Lings for viOLet just waiting for this command center to land, although there's a Ling preventing that from happening. Kelazhur does take out the Ling. The orbital command can land happily at the gold base for a 3rd. As soon as maybe his own Marines get out of the way. Get out of the way, Marines. There we go. Ooh, almost got squished. Almost got squished. Remember how we've talked about it would be fun if buildings actually caused damage when they exploded and fell on stuff? It'd be good. Also interesting if you could lift up your buildings and land them on stuff and kill them. Like, I could see a Terran strategy where they just make like a bunch of factories or engineering bays and then just lift them over to the opponent's base and just go and just land them on top of everything. That'd be awesome. That'd be so dang good. Whew, maybe I'm just sleep deprived. Maybe that's what this is all about. Another Ling attack up here on the natural base, killing a couple units. Also a Liberator inside the main base for Kelazhur, doing some damage as well. And this Queen Ling stuff really working. Centrifugal hooks on the way. Banelings mixed in to another Liberator here at the 4th base. viOLet. This multi-prong stuff by Kelazhur is working really well right now. 7 drones killed. It's 51 to 56 harvesters. A nice lead right now from Kelazhur. Can this queen get the Liberator before she dies? With the +1, maybe no! Can't do it. More queens coming to try to save the lives. Oop. Liberator does end up falling there just barely, but that's 10 dead drones. Oh, viOLet. viOLet. I try not to play favorites here, but I'm telling you, viOLet's been struggling in ZVT. When so many Zerg players are doing fine, It's just weird. It's really weird to see viOLet now going for a Spire, going for +2/+2 for his Lings and his Banelings and his Ultralisks. More creep tumors getting cleared out by Kelazhur here as he moves up to the third base. He can't quite get there, though, because every time he tries, a bunch of Lings and Banelings and Queens show up. So viOLet's doing a good job protecting his bases, but his workers are getting massacred right now. viOLet just actually jumped up to 68 workers total compared to 56 for his opponent. So maybe he's okay. He's keeping up on his injects, at least, so he's able to make a huge bunch of drones all at once. But I'm sure he wishes those were Lings or Banelings that he could have made instead. Big push of Marines with +1/+1. Tank here as well. Lings, Banelings going to crash on in. Can they get it? Oh, Widowmine. Did that Widowmine kill all those Banelings? It did. Doesn't matter. Enough Banelings are here, I think, to clean it up. Tank ends up falling. More Lings show up as well. Kelazhur losing most of this stuff, and viOLet manages to hold. Just manages to hold. Was that more Ling run by? Man, alive. viOLet being super aggressive with these Lings. I love it. I love Zerglings. I love being aggressive as Zerg, and if you can do it with Zerglings, that makes me happy. Trying to replant some of these creep tumors on this quickly receding creep. Can't you get it, Queens? Try and... can you plant one there? No. Okay. Okay, so that actually canceled. How about there? Yep. Can throw down creep tumors just on the very, very edge of the creep there and spread it back on out. Here comes Kelazhur to kill those newly formed creep tumors, though. Overseer ends up getting killed here as well on Kelazhur's march to the south. There's the scan. Newly created creep tumors in so much trouble. Mutas now mixed in for viOLet, which means those medevacs are in trouble. Spore crawlers getting shots off here as well. Dropping onto the high ground inside this gold base. And medevacs getting destroyed. Marauders getting killed here as well. Reinforcing Marines changing their mind, running for their lives. Woo! Widowmine, 19 kills. Hang on, I gotta see that one again. It's already killed a bunch of Banelings. Yada, yada, yada. This, I think it got that entire group. Almost the entire group. It did. So it's 66 to 53 total harvesters, 149 to 122 total supply. viOLet looks to be in control of this game, but Kelazhur does have a fourth here that he's constructing. Another attempted Marine hit squad heading on down. +2/+2 done on these Marines. Here come the Lings getting chased away at the third by a pretty big group of Marines and Marauders. Going for it, though, is viOLet. Banelings in the back. Not where you want to be. More Widowmine hits there? I think that was more Widowmine hits. Where's that? 18 kills on that Widowmine. That's not the same. 18 kills on that Widowmine. 19 kills on that Widowmine. Austin is going to be so mad. So mad. Another drop here for Kelazhur, dropping inside the natural base that is actually being upgraded to the Hive. Doesn't do well as there are Lings ready and waiting for it. Widowmine has 22 kills now. 22 kills. Whew, viOLet working on a 5th base. A 5th base along this right side border on Apotheosis. viOLet making all the creep tumors in the world just north of his 4th. Widowmine ready to go. Can't kill a queen, unfortunately. And trying to spread this creep right up this middle way that Kelazhur keeps attacking down. Muta count is at 13. Pretty good number. Pretty good number. +3/+3 coming out for those ultras. I mean, they're not here yet, but +3/+3 is on the way for the melee. Which means we're going to see ultras at some point. I just don't think we really see Zerglings get those kind of upgrades unless ultras are coming too. And Kelazhur has to know that. Has to be aware of that. Widowmines. I don't know if they got any hits off there. viOLet might have killed them all. Nope. Wait, something got hit there. Anyway, Banelings clearing everything out. The Mutas going to town up here. Killing Liberators that are in production. Oh no. Liberators coming right on out here. Marines do show up and shoo away the Mutas. Oof, both players do manage to deflect fairly major attacks on their bases. This third base under complete attack by the Mutas, though. +1 flyer attack has been completed. Can he get it? He might. There's no repair happening. There's no defense coming whatsoever. Another attack up here by Kelazhur getting cleaned out. Liberator up to 9 kills. We're going to make it 10 kills. A lot of dead stuff. There's the repair. Kelazhur does save his third base. Very happily for him. It's 53 to 51 total harvesters in favor of the Kelazhur. Resources lost about 12,000 for Terran, about 15,000 for the viOLet. Both players having lost fairly even worker counts as well. 31 to 32. Yep, 31 to 32. A small group of Marines again getting murdered by these +2/+2 Lings. +2/+2 Lings are good. They are good, you guys. Finally, an Ultra Cavern coming up for viOLet. Widowmine's trying to burrow and get shots off. Does get one shot off before that one gets murdered. Some Changelings mixed in here as well. viOLet pushing in with his Mutas, with his Lings. Takes down a Medivac that was very wounded here. Takes down a Liberator possibly as well. Yes, gets rid of that Liberator. Are there any Liberators left? No, everyone that's popped out so far. viOLet has managed to kill. Marines getting rid of that Mutaflock though. Man, Marines are scary against Mutas. 2 Mutas remaining, and 11 of them have been killed so far. So both players, again, taking a breather. Just stepping back a little bit here. Is this Widowmine still alive? Still has 22 kills. So, I mean, not on fire necessarily anymore, but still. Ultras in production, though. Here comes viOLet with 3 Ultras on the way. Kindness Plating being researched, +3/+3 for those Ultras as well, and 3 Corruptors on production. A couple Overseers in the middle of nowhere get murdered. The remaining 2 Mutas in a lot of trouble too. Overlords dying, and supply blocking viOLet actually pretty heavily. 142 out of 118 here for viOLet, which means he needs to make a ton of Overlords if he's going to continue with his Ultra production. Another bunch of Lings along this left side by Kelazhur's 5th base potentially gets absolutely cleaned out. The Ultras are here. Kelazhur picks up, boosts up, and runs away and starts double pumping Liberators. Exactly what you need to do at this point is run for your life. Can the Mutas take down? Oh, gets one of the Medivacs. Can they get another one? There's only 2 of them. Again, they do have that +1 attack, and desperately trying to get it. Can't get it. Can't get the other Medivac. That's okay. It's A-okay. viOLet has managed to not be supply blocked. Is making 5 more Overlords to prevent that from happening anytime in the near future. And income is definitely favoring viOLet here. Is this thing 22 kills? Boom. 22 kills to that Widowmine. That is, wow. Wow. Just massive, massive play. So many Widowmines. I just don't know that Widowmines are what you want against Ultras is my only problem here. Corruptors on the way for viOLet to try to deal with the Medivacs and the Liberators that are surely here and waiting for his Ultras. High-sec auto-tracking being made for Kelazhur, increasing the range of attack on his missile turrets and his planetary fortresses. We don't see that a lot in pro games, but it's good. It's good. I'm not going to criticize that decision at all. Both players taking a bit of a breather. Kelazhur taking a nice leisurely stroll down the jungle paths here, seeing some creep, saying, ah, this is where the infestation is. Some Marines, some Liberators trying to do stuff on their own, but that's not really going to work very well anymore here. Creep tumors being constructed. Ultras, banelings, corruptors. This is what we've got for viOLet. I like it. I like the composition quite a bit here. Going for it and getting rid of the Widowmines first of all before any big shots get off. Exactly. Liberators getting destroyed here as well. Banelings getting focus fired by Kelazhur. Oh, amazing focus fire out of Kelazhur there. That was fantastic. That's a lot of dead Banes. 24 Banelings have died. And I think it only counts ones that were killed without actually exploding on their target. So either way, there are some Queens and some Ultras here, but man, that... the kiting is good. Liberator does end up getting killed by the Corruptors here. I mean, having to do this all the way back home, it's got to be strenuous. Strenuous for Terran players, I will say. Lings sneaking on up here as well, continuing the Ultra production. A little bit overstimmed here as Kelazhur. He doesn't have any medevac support for this army at all. As they continue retreating to the north, the Corruptors saying, hey, Liberators, why don't you set up? Yeah, exactly. Setting up, which means they have to stop, which means they are good targets for these Corruptors. Ultras continuing to run up here. Very low on HP, 2 of them. But guess what? When the Ultras show up at your base, that's when bad things start happening. And yes, going to assault this 5th base very, very handily and very strongly. Planetary Fortress is here, but I don't know if it's enough against this many Ultras. Can the Corruptors deal with these medevacs? Going to try to get rid of the Liberators first, prioritizing that target, forcing a liftoff of Kelazhur. Did he? Wait, I thought that was a PF. Hold on. Sorry. Or did he kill? Oh, he killed that one. Okay, so he did get it. Another one came over. That's not a lifted off Planetary Fortress. Meanwhile, Kelazhur desperately fighting for his life, having lost 17 workers thus far. Caustic Spray being used on the 3rd base here at the gold by the Corruptors. It's trying to run now, but it doesn't matter. You can fly, but you cannot get rid of that one. 18 minutes into this game, it is 26-70 total Harvesters. viOLet taking his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th base right now. Looking very, very good indeed. The Ultras deciding to head on back home all the way back home. Or maybe regroup up with some Lings, possibly. Greater Spire on the way for viOLet. More Creep Tumors spreading across the map here. And here come our fully upgraded Ultras. And I love the Corruptor. Again, I feel like more Zergs should do this, as they're so good against the things that Terrans have. Corruptor's using Caustic Spray on this Orbital Command. Ultras just doing their thing, and that's it. A GG on Kelazhur. Kelazhur's defeated, and viOLet is victorious. Well done, indeed, by Kelazhur today. And here we are. Defeated. Zerg wins another ZVT for you today. And yeah, Kelazhur fought valiantly. viOLet didn't quite get the Liberator count that he wanted. He ended up with 0. He lost 19. 19 of them. That's ginormous. All right, so well done indeed by Kelazhur. Tried to do what he could, but viOLet, just with the Ultras, he got him out, got those upgrades ready to go, got some good Baneling hits. The Widowmines did what they could against those Banelings, but it was not quite enough, and he was forced to tap out. So well done indeed by both of these players. I'm going to stop saying that now, and that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin, coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Let's give a quick shout out to everybody who donated to my Patreon so far. And thank you so much for donating. Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, KN, Matt Mermans, Hekon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboin, 19-Day, Keith Garlow, Michael Wellen, Alexandros Kolonaris, Michael McIntosh, Bo Brissett, Pushpak Eledu, Trevor Smith, Alex Sims, Back Bertie, Sip Kopatara, Plaid, Jan Kodera, and Rajiv Bhatt. Thanks again to everybody who has donated so far. There's a link at the top right if you'd like to go ahead and pledge. Again, just $1 a month would be so appreciated and so welcome on the channel. You can get rewards. You can get t-shirts. I will cast my own games. I'll cast your games. Check me out again on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Thank you.